Yeah. You gotta work. You gotta work, grind, shine, it's mine. Gotta show everybody it's my time. Getting here, you gotta work, grind, shine. Never mind who talking down, cause they lying. Don't talk, you gotta work.
Welcome to Let's Talk with Carl Lee and frequent guest hosts Hollis Lewis and Lisa Otey, where sports, culture, and community intersect. Join the crew as they dive into engaging conversations with guests from all walks of the sports life. Let's Talk is proudly presented by attorney Frank Walker. Real talk, real experience, real results. FrankWalkerLaw.com. And by the all-new historic Coyer Diner in downtown Charleston. Online at CoyerDiner.com. Let the conversation begin on Let's Talk.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Carl Lee with Let's Talk. And today's show, do not blame it on me. All right.
You don't have to take that, sis.
I actually have. Well, as my co-host just dogs me, Lisa Otey's in the building.
Hello.
My sister, we call her Sissy. Her name is Carlette, but we call her Sissy. Is here, and Victoria Barksdale, she is also here, and they are part of the Charleston Distance Run. Now, my distance is no more than 3 miles.
No. With lots of clothing on.
Yeah, with a lot of clothing. Okay, we had that discussion off air, which should have stayed off air, but that had to come up.
People need to see the real you, Carly.
So one of the things that has always intrigued me about the Charleston Distance Run was the reality of how they kind of market it and how they get so many people in it. So, sis, like I know. So you've done it all, but a couple of years or so?
No, I've done it 6 years.
6 years.
6 years. Way back when I was in high school. And then the last year, I've done the first leg of a relay because they offer a relay. And again, this year, Victoria and I and one other person will be doing the 15-mile relay. So that's somebody runs 3 miles, somebody runs 5, and somebody runs 7. Oh, and somebody runs 7.
So, okay. Who's running 7?
Our friend Beth is going to do the 7, which is the last leg. It's all flat.
On the boulevard.
But it's on the boulevard, and by then it is hot.
It is hot.
Hot.
I can imagine.
And Victoria will be going up what we refer to as Punishment Hill, which is 119.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Okay.
He does not
I don't even know how to even.
address
I don't
that.
even know how to even. This is so far out of my mindset of running. You know, I ran this morning, killed me. I ran yesterday. I actually ran my 3 miles. I got all of it in, nonstop. I couldn't even run 15 yards in a row today. I can't even imagine trying to run 15 miles. 7 miles, none of that. I mean, so what are you telling yourself? Because I know when I'm talking to myself, it's all negative. It's like, we can just stop. We don't need this. I'm not interested in this. Who's causing me to do this?
I literally asked myself yesterday, are you crazy?
Every time.
The alarm went off at 5:15. I got out of bed about 5:30. Got dressed, drove from Nitro to UC, met up with the girl gang. It was about 12 of us, and we ran 10 or 11 miles in Kanawha City yesterday.
Oh, wow.
And you say it like it's just a really super casual thing.
You know, we run a lot, and we're on Garmin. We keep each other accountable so we can see when everybody's running and working out. And so I see that Sissy got up and ran 5 miles. And I'm like, okay, I got to get after it. It's that kind of thing. So, I'm not one of those people that I'm a natural runner. I hate it every time. But it always feels good when it's over.
Oh, sure. Yeah. You're always glad you did it. You're sad if you don't do it, but you're glad that when you complete something like that, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
yeah, I was going to go ahead because I don't even know if I even need to be part of this show.
Oh, I know, right? You could just go out in the parking lot and wait for the second half or whatever. But so, Victoria and Sissy, thank you so much for being on, and the flyer you gave us, that's really nice. It's got a lot of good information. Is there somewhere on social media they could access this? Is there a certain page?
Sure. You can go to charlestondistancerun.com.
Okay.
And everything is there. There's a link to sign up. You can find out about the race history. You can look at past races and see the times and everything. So
yeah, I'm guilty of finding that site today. So I have some. I've gotten some history about the distance run.
She's the one that's going digging to find information.
I'm a former teacher, so I like my research.
Right.
I like to be well prepared. But so I like I said, I did do some research, and I found that the first race, of course, this is the 52nd running of it, correct?
Yes.
And the first race took place in 1973 and was organized by a man named Don Cohen.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I got my facts straight. I like it. I love it. So when he designed this race, and always correct me if I'm wrong, he wanted to include as many Charleston neighborhoods as possible. And he involved, of course, you start at the state capitol, I believe. And then at that time, it was, he wanted the East End, the West Side, the South Hills area. Does today's course still follow that original route, or is it a little varied?
I think it varies because I read it in 1976.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
At one time, it was part of the regatta.
Yes.
And
yes.
it actually started over on...
At the Civic Center?
At the Civic Center.
Okay.
So it has changed a little bit because we start, at the Capitol, across the South Side Bridge.
Sure,
up
sure.
on 19. So it's changed a bit, but not a lot.
Okay. Okay, that's awesome.
When you say it's changed, are you talking just specifically how and where you go, or have you seen this huge growth in people running and the type of people who are running?
So the race has changed. Like Sissy said, it used to start at the Civic Center. Now it starts at the Capitol. We do a loop, actually. So you're on Canal Boulevard a couple of times and at the Capitol a couple of times. The race I think when it first started, the first year was only a couple of hundred people. But road racing itself was exploding at that time in the early 70s. Mm-hmm. And so the second year, there were like 1,300 people running.
Wow.
And I mean, elite runners. We had, like Kenyans come and, just.
Bill Rogers.
Yeah, a lot of, really well-known runners. The marshals at the first one included Jesse Owens.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And Steve Prefontaine.
Oh, wow.
So it was that caliber of people. They didn't run, but they were the marshals. And so that was just awesome. So there was a lot of interest in it at that time. So now we're almost at about 600 people this year registered, but runners are notoriously last minute for signing up. And so we're really looking for to have a lot of folks come and run this year. So we have over 300 signed up for the 15-mile and I believe almost 200 for the 5K.
So you all are not just, quote, runners. You all are actually invested in its future and success.
Board members.
As board members,
Yes.
right?
Oh, yeah.
We are.
How many people are actually on the board? Do you know?
We have there's probably 20 on the board and probably a core group of 12 or so that work on it like year round. So we meet every month to plan this thing because it is quite an undertaking.
So you're saying that you meet every month after you've run it
to plan for the
to
next
plan
year.
for it.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of
Absolutely.
work.
That's a huge commitment.
Yeah.
It is. And, I think we enjoy running. Like, I do hate it every time. But, again, I like it when I'm done. And, I mean, Charleston, for its size, has a really sizable running community. I mean, you'd really be surprised. We run with Girl Gang, which is a local running group. There's Tallman Track Club. I mean, there's so many running clubs and just people out running. We were running in Kanawha City yesterday. We passed so many people, just groups of people, individuals running, and I'm sure a lot of them are training for the distance run. So packet pickup is great, because you see all these people that, hey, I see you out running in Nitro, or I see you running in St. Albans or whatever it is. And it's just great to be able to connect with people and see people that are enjoying the same things that you do.
Yeah. Well, if you all were to pass me when I'm running in the morning, you would not be able to convince me because all you're asking me to do is run more.
Oh my gosh!
And I don't think I can handle more.
I want to see his name. I want to see him in that distance run come Labor Day. I want to see it happen. But
yeah, we do too.
Yeah. Do you start training right now? Sissy will help you.
So I could go in and run my 3 miles, right?
Yeah, there's a 5K.
There's a 5K part of that. See, what would bother me is because I know for a fact I'm gonna be in front of her. Okay,
I don't know about that.
I'm gonna be in front of her. If nothing else, I'm gonna be in front of her, even if I have to only.
Can we place some bets on this, Matt?
I will bet on Sissy.
Yeah, keep track back there, Matt, please.
Well, here's what I know. By the time we hit 3 miles, I'm done. So she can go on as far as she wants to go.
That far. Oh gosh. So Carl kind of touched on what I was going to talk to you two ladies about, but this event, it's kind of nicknamed America's 15-mile challenge, right? That's what I read. So, but it's evolved. You said it's now. There's 2 additional events besides the 15-mile challenge. That's a solo type of deal. So you've added the events that there's the 3-person relay. I think you guys referred to that a minute ago, and the 5K walk and run. So tell us about those events. Do those events take place before or after the main race? How do those work?
Actually, everybody starts at the same time.
You're kidding.
Yes.
Okay,
Now,
I thought they were different, like separate events.
They divide the street.
Okay.
It's like, kind of like 5K over here, 15 over here, because there is a, tournament.
Okay.
There's a turnoff.
Sure.
So, it all starts at the same time.
That's exciting.
It is very exciting.
So, see, you could do something.
It didn't do anything for me. Like, I didn't all of a sudden, think, yeah, let's go.
Oh, my goodness.
If you were doing that for me, you lost it.
Well, I have a funny story.
I want to hear it, please.
Last year, as Sissy mentioned, the 5K lines up on one side of the boulevard, the 15-milers on the other. Well, there was a young woman who got in the wrong lane.
Oh.
She ended up running. She meant to be in the 5K. She ended up doing the 15-miler.
What?
And I was thinking there had to be some point where I would have turned around and said, look, I got in the wrong line. I'm sorry.
Or I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to stop. I made a mistake. I'm out. I'll see y'all.
Uber.
Good luck.
That's the longest 5 miles I've ever ran in my life.
Yeah.
Like, this will never end.
I'm not making that mistake. And if I do make it, like I said, my mind and my body will tell me I should have been in that other lane.
I would think so for sure.
And I'm walking out of that line.
Yeah.
So, sis, you have had a background in running track, so I know kind of where that comes from. You and Nay were on the 4x4 relay or 4x1 relay back in the day. I think you all won the state.
We did.
Yeah, you won the state in that.
We did.
Don't be shy.
So could you ever imagine yourself going from being, quote, a sprinter to actually being someone who's just going to go out and just run? Like, I'm just running. What made you start running?
Well, what made me start is back when I was living in Maryland, I got into a group of women, and they were going to walk part of what was considered the Underground Railroad. So, no problem, we can walk. But then I met a girl who was a runner, and she wanted somebody to run with. So I started running with her, and then I just continued to run, and then after a while, it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
So for me, running is a habit. It's like people who wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, wash your face. Running is for me.
It's in your routine, right?
It's
your
part
routine.
of my routine.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It would have to be.
So, Victoria, what? Leave me alone. So, Victoria, like, where did you? What prompted you to get into this?
My brother teases me all the time. He says, I tried to get you to run. When we were living at home growing up, and you never would. He's like, now, I can't get you to not run. And I think when I was in college, my dorm was near the track. I went to the University of Tennessee, and so the track was like across the street, and we had this thing called the Bubble where they had all this workout equipment. And so I just started, getting into being in shape. And, and kind of taking better care of myself and things like that. And then I started running like 5Ks and 10Ks and things like that. And I didn't run my first half marathon until I think it was 2004 or something like that. But like Sissy said, it's something that I could do. I mean, I'm not fast. I'm not trying to get faster. I walk a lot if I want to.
Sure.
But it's something that I enjoy. And so I just kind of kept at it after that.
See, if I were to switch out and start walking, I don't even want to walk 15 miles. There's not like. For folks who are interested in maybe participating in running, starting running, don't listen to me.
Yes, okay? Please don't. Please don't. Please listen to Victoria and Sissy.
Yeah, I am not your example. I promise you. Like I just don't see, like, I don't see being able to get my mind wrapped around 15 miles. Now, in walking, I can see me seriously talking myself out of walking probably within a mile and a half. Like, what am I doing? Like, this is like, I better have a huge long playlist.
Are you really telling this story?
Yes. I just
you're a former NFL player.
That does not necessarily equate to loving working out. I worked out, and anybody who is listening who knows my workout regimen, it was huge. Like, it was hard. It was not a joke. But there was something on the end of it, though. Like, I needed to get the camp in shape. I needed to be able to play and not have to worry about getting tired.
You needed a motivator.
Yes, and I have no motivation right now for 15 miles. 15 miles does not say, well, Carl, you know what? That's a good job. That ain't enough for me. That just is not enough for me. I need
Somebody
more.
needs to dangle a carrot in front of him or something. I don't know. Whatever it is he likes.
You get a T-shirt.
You get a T-shirt.
I got 15 drawers full of T-shirts.
I was just gonna ask him about that.
And a medal. I'm probably gonna lie to you and tell you I did it just as if I can get the medal. I ain't gonna run it. There's just no way.
See what I do with? So shameful.
I know, because what I like though, this is what I like. This is like something that I totally am so far away from, and I can't grasp. And in most things, and I think most people who are in sports, they think that they can grasp everything. Like, if you play football, you play basketball, you know everything. Running is a whole nother thing. I know you run in basketball, you run in football, you run in baseball. Running
as a sport in itself,
in itself is a mind breaker.
Sure.
Because every time I get out there, 3 miles can break me.
I know.
I can't even. Yes, and I want to continue to make sure that everybody's clear on that. 15 miles, no shot.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to put it in as a goal. There's no. I can't wake up in the morning and say, I'm going 15 miles a day. I'm rolling right back over and going to bed. I'm going to sleep.
Well, people finish it in like an hour and 15, 20 minutes.
See, that's unbelievable.
Now, are those your runners that are professional runners, right? They're the ones that travel from marathon to marathon.
Yeah, and they get at the front of the line. They're trying to win.
Them.
And I mean, they run from that first step, and they are doing 5.5, 6 minute miles.
But see, I'm seeing your you're like when you're defining when you're discussing that, like I can see it in your face, like you're like, wow, I mean they're doing something special. I'm looking at y'all and I'm thinking, wow, they're doing something special. I mean, because I just can't do it.
Right?
Yeah, it's different degrees of different things.
Yeah.
Like I'm impressed.
Yeah.
To me, I'm impressed. And I hate to give her any kind of credit. Like,
Oh my gosh.
but I'm impressed by the fact that she has done this for so long. Mm-hmm. Because I know what running is. Like
Kudos.
I've had to run it for sports, and never would I have ever thought that she would be doing this like every day, all day for 15 miles. Like, who runs 15 miles for what?
Not you.
Not me.
Your sister, but not you.
Yes, yeah. So I'm highly impressed by that reality, and then when you watch like track and you watch like even like the half mile, they're running that thing like it's a sprint, like it's like it's nothing. You know, they finish, they bend over a little bit, they walk, and they're fine. I'm dying.
That's
Like,
because
I'm gonna be dying.
they do something called training in running.
How do you train for that kind of stuff?
It's
though?
endurance, right? I mean, right, ladies?
For the longer lengths, yeah.
Yeah, for the longer lengths, say like the half marathons, the marathons.
How do you train for that?
Well, I've done 14 halves and 2 marathons. And so,
See?
so it is a mindset. And
There you
normally
go.
what we do is, at that point, a lot of times you'll have somebody else that's training for a marathon or training for something. And like Victoria said earlier, we're part of Girl Gang. And you can always find somebody that will come along for the run, even if they're not training for a marathon or a half.
They hold you accountable.
We hold each other accountable.
Right.
Where were you?
Which
you weren't there
you
this
need
morning.
that. Yeah.
I was in bed.
Well, see, for us,
How far did y'all go? I mean, that's all I got for you.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to ask a legitimate question to
Okay.
these ladies and
Okay.
take
I'm
the
sorry.
focus off of your non-running abilities for a second. So, Victoria, I noticed your shirt, and it's so pretty. I love that collar on you. And it's the Charleston Distance Run from last year, 2024. Yes. Do you guys have merch available? Do you have to actually be a part of one of the events to purchase merchandise, or can you go to the website and do it?
Well, you can come to our packet pickup.
Okay.
And that will be at Haddad Riverfront Park on Friday, August 29th this year from 3 to 8. Okay. And we will have souvenir shirts. We have some hats there.
Oh, yeah. I see your hat now.
Now,
see
I
Sissy's
like
hat.
that hat. That's going to be mine sometime down the day. Because it does cost to come on the show.
Don't let him tell you
Target
that.
to the Charleston Distance Run.
I like it. A little sass there.
Well, they need to get me a hat.
I'll let them know.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but come down to Haddad. You can look at our merchandise that we have there. And, hopefully we'll have more in the future that people can just buy. But usually, historically, it has been like for our runners when they come into town.
Sure.
They can look at things. But we do have extras and stuff from previous years as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's nice.
What would be the biggest challenge for either one of you or for both of you to try to run now? I mean, because if you run marathons, I mean, that's typically as far as they run it, right? Is there something out there that intrigues you to say, like, you know what, I would love to do that? Is there something out there that's there?
I'll go first.
Y'all both faces was like, oh yeah, there's
They
something
lit
out
up.
there. Yeah,
They lit up like Christmas trees.
Well, I've never done a marathon.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't have the desire to do it.
But
I'm happy with the half.
There you go.
I really am. So I've done a couple of those, and I think that's probably my length to do. So a challenge for me might be like doing one, in every state or on every continent or something like that.
oh, just as a way of traveling.
Oh, as a way of traveling.
Yeah,
sure.
that's cool.
I went to Rio last year. And when I was there, we were at the Christ the Redeemer statue, and there was a marathon. And I was like, oh, my gosh. I wish I had known because I could have checked one off my list.
Oh.
So that kind of running tourism.
That's nice.
Is appealing, yeah.
When they have these marathons, they also include shorter races in them, right?
Usually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
they'll have
See, I didn't know that. I didn't really know that as a fact.
Mm-hmm. So
when I hear a marathon, I just flip the page or turn the station and I'm out.
And they know not everyone wants to run a marathon or, that's
they have
not
something
their goal.
for everybody, really,
Exactly.
right?
So there's usually
everybody,
a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon as part of a race as well.
Sissy?
Victoria knows. I have ran, they have what they call majors. So the major marathons, which is Boston and New York and London and all the majors. So I have what it's called an Abbott Star. So I have my one for Chicago because it's a major. So my goal is to run the other 5. But age also is a factor because as you age, it gets a little harder to train at that, 26.2 miles. But that's my goal. We'll see.
That's amazing. You didn't tell me about this. What?
Because it doesn't register in my mind.
Stop it.
Like
I'm sorry, Sissy. Sorry that Carl's like he is. We love him, but come on, Carl.
There's no thought in my mind. I'm tired because they're on the show. Because the distance that they're talking about on the show.
I have a legitimate question, Carl. Be quiet. All right. So ladies, the history of the race, it originally took place with the Stone Rail Regatta in conjunction with that. And that always happened on Labor Day weekend. So the race continues to be on Labor Day weekend. Is there any talk or any chance of kind of reuniting it with the new regatta since it's come back and having it like over the 4th of July? Has the committee ever considered that?
Or people ask about that a lot, and we haven't discussed it. I don't want to say seriously. We haven't discussed it a lot, but it does come up from time to time.
It's probably nice to have the spotlight just on you guys on that weekend, right? Rather than kind of being in the shadow of a big city festival or whatever.
I'd like for us to try it one year and see.
Yeah.
Because we'd love to have like more people participate, and the regatta draws, a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so I hope that one year we can at least give it a try
and
see.
And I'm sure the mayor would love that. I'm sure she would love it.
What would be the reason why they wouldn't want to combine that?
Well, didn't it at one time? I think maybe they stopped having the regatta.
Yes, that's what happened.
And so they continued to have the Charleston Distance Run.
Yeah, that never quit. That never stopped.
Yeah, it never stopped. So the regatta at one time had stopped.
What do you all think it would take to make that? I'll just say combining the two. What?
I don't think it's necessarily a no. It would probably be more of getting together with the city and just, talking it out and, saying, hey, here's an idea. Just kind of throw stuff out there just to see where it goes.
And the city is a big supporter
Yes.
of the
I'm
Charleston
sure.
Distance Run. They're one of our major supporters every year, and we're so thankful for all of the services that they provide. The police officers, just a lot of city services go into making this race run. So I think that might be another consideration, because the regatta is already a lot.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I can understand that.
It could be, just that extra manpower and capacity at that time could be an issue too. But I think it is worth talking about because we do get that question a lot.
And that really does make sense because, if they're doing all these different things, now they're spreading themselves out. That could be more of a challenge.
Yeah, because they have the bikes. They do the bikes and, they just have a lot going on.
Is a bike ride?
It was a bike.
The USA Cycling.
Oh, yeah. That was in May.
That was in May. So they have stuff going on. So like Victoria says, it's,
But it could be a draw for you guys, like you said. I mean, since there's going to be more out-of-town people here for the regatta, you're going to probably naturally get more runners to come and participate. So, I don't know. I thought that was something interesting to talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break, and we will be right back.
All right, cats and kittens, have you heard? The Warrior Diner is back. Step into the classic vibe of one of Charleston's most historic restaurants. Don't miss the daily blue plate specials. Breakfast served all day, every day, and free parking. With an outdoor patio covered for the summer, an elegant basement bar, and customizable event space, 1022 Warrior Street offers an experience unlike any other. Open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Visit warriordiner.com for all the need to know and relive the good times at the Warrior Diner.
Let's face it, bad things happen to good people. Seriously injured in a car accident, trucking accident, or even wrongfully arrested. Life happens, and when it happens to you, you will need sound legal advice and aggressive representation. That's when you call attorney Frank Walker at 304-413-0179. That's 304-413-0179. Lock it in your phone, text it to a friend. 304-413-0179. Or visit online at attorneyfrankwalker.com.
Let's Talk with Carl Lee is presented by attorney Frank Walker and the all-new historic Warrior Diner. Comment on episodes, ask the crew questions, or suggest topics on our Facebook page. Search for Let's Talk with Carl Lee and remember to like the page to become part of the conversation. Subscribe by searching Let's Talk with Carl Lee on your favorite podcast service and tune in Thursday evenings at 7 or Sunday nights at 8 for Let's Talk with Carl Lee. This is Let's Talk with Carl Lee. Now back to the conversation.
I'm gonna do something that I'm totally uncomfortable with, which I already have to share my time with Miss Otey, and she usually dogs me and treats me bad.
See what they do to me, man. See? And Hollis isn't here.
So now I'm gonna allow these two young ladies to talk about, just make sure that everybody has some information about the distance run. And my fear is we may be here tomorrow. So hopefully we could get this done before the show is over, but we'll see. All right, sis. Whichever one of you all want to start. Victoria.
Want me to start? Okay. Yeah, so the Charleston Distance Run is taking place on Saturday, August 30th. This year we'll have packet pickup on Friday, August 29th.
What is packet pickup? Just so they know.
Packet pickup is when you come and you get your, what we call your swag bag.
Oh, okay.
And you also get your bib. So every runner or walker wears a bib. It has a chip on it that times you. So you'll cross mats at different locations along the route. So that's how we keep track of you on the course and also track your time.
That's cool.
Can people register actually that night, Victoria? Or does it have to be?
They can register at packet pickup.
Okay.
Now, it is cheaper now. It's going to
Right.
go up a couple of times, so you'll save about $10 if you go to charlestondistancerun.com now and sign up. But yes, you can sign up online until noon on Friday, or you can come in at packet pickup and sign up there.
Well.
Okay. Yeah. And so packet pickup is also a great time because all of the runners come in, so you kind of see everyone. We have a pasta dinner there.
Ooh, nice.
So everyone can carb up, and you can buy tickets for family members if they aren't registered to run. But it's a great opportunity to kind of just meet people. Again, it's a great running community, people that you see from time to time, so it's really great to be able to connect with them and see people there at packet pickup. And then the race starts at 7:30 at the Capitol. We have a short ceremony before that, and then all the runners start at the same time, and we meet up at Lately Field.
Sis, anything else?
So I just really wanted to really shout out the community in general, because on top of all the board members and the things that go into the Charleston Distance Run, we have over 250 people who man the water stations throughout the race. Some of them we have girls basketball teams and guy basketball teams and school teachers and people who are from the bank and people who are families who've done it for many years. We have people who have manned the traffic at certain spots. And even though we now have ambassadors who will be doing that, they come out every year and help us with the volunteering. So I just really wanted to shout them out because without them, it would not be possible.
Oh, it's nice.
And we also want to shout out our race director, Carol Phipps-Hayde. She is the first ever female race director for the Charleston Distance Run.
Oh, wow.
And this
Milestone.
is her second year, doing a fabulous job. We've, made lots of changes to the race, so we're really excited about that. I serve as the secretary, and then Kara Moore is our treasurer. So we have an all-female race executive committee for Charleston Distance Run as well. So we're really, really proud of that.
Girl power.
Yeah.
Girl power. You hear that, right?
I hear that.
But we want to shout out our men on the committee as well,
Yes.
because they are amazing. I mean,
It takes everybody.
well, it does, because T-shirt designs.
Yeah.
We just don't, they just don't pop up. We have, somebody that does the T-shirts and somebody who does the medals, and we have medical team at the end. We just have, lots of people in the community that make the Charleston Distance Run possible.
And we want it to be a community event. We want it to be a community event, and we want people to come out. And, it really is about health and fitness, too. So it's not just about competition. It's not just about speed. We really see running and being active, walking, jogging, whatever you can do, just taking that first step is really important to improving the health of us as individuals and in our community. So that's another big goal for the distance run, is to really give people opportunities and help them become, healthier as well.
And I think to your point, if someone were to come out and try to run or even walk the distance run, I think they would think to themselves, okay, I want to keep doing this. This was good. I want to keep doing this. And then at some point they're going to say, all right, you know what? I think I'm going to just try to run a little bit and, just to see it. Yep. And before you know it, now they're running. Now, once they're running, now the first thing comes to their mind is like, let's compete. I want to compete. I don't want to just.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to just run and be last. I think there's some people up there. I think if I train a little bit harder, I can pass them.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important kind of process that I think people can look at. Just start.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If
there
you
you
just
go.
start,
That first step.
Get off the couch.
get off the couch, just get out there and just watch people run. And because you can admire them running. If you're running 15 miles, 20 if you're running above 3 miles, I'm impressed already. So I'm looking at you now. I will say this: I'm too old to change, so I'm not gonna. I won't necessarily. I'll be impressed, but I won't be trying to do it. But if you're young, there's really truly an opportunity for you to get yourself off that couch. Get yourself out of the house. This is that kind of an opportunity. This is a kind of opportunity that gives you a chance to hey, I'm out there with all these people with a common goal. Just finish it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Not just first, not just I'm just going to finish it.
Yeah.
And to me, I think for a lot of people who could benefit from it, just start it. Just go out and just start it.
Yeah. Just do it, right?
Yeah, just do it.
Mikey said.
And a great way to start is Sissy and I are also part of a group called Park Run. And it's really an international group. And we are so fortunate to have one here in Charleston.
Wow.
It meets every Saturday at Magic Island. It's a free, weekly, timed 5K. So a 5K is 3.1 miles. So we start at Magic Island, go all the way down to the old Drug Emporium. I hate saying that. I miss Drug Emporium.
Oh, me too. You and me
then
both.
Back to Magic Island. We take a loop around, and that's 3.1 miles. People are out there running, walking, jogging, pushing strollers, walking dogs. I mean, it's about 70 people out there every week. So you have your support community, people who are holding you accountable, people who are looking for you to show up. And it's not a race. It's not a race.
Yeah.
You get timed. I don't look to see where Sissy finished. I look to see if I got better than I was last week.
You're competing against yourself then, right?
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
And you're in community to do that. So I want to invite everyone out to Park Run every Saturday. People are there. So you have a community. You can meet people.
And where did you say it starts at Magic
Island?
What time?
At 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And then it switches when the time changes. But for right now, 8 o'clock.
Okay, so you asked that question as if you might show up.
Yeah, we'll be looking for you.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'll go cheer them on.
Because see, I was going to say, okay, if Lisa shows up, I'll show up.
I do walk. The only problem for me, and this is probably ridiculous, I'm sure, but I have knee issues. So, for me, jogging and running is hard. Not the endurance part. I think I would be fine with that, Carl.
I don't know about that.
But I can walk. I mean, I walk long distances, in Canal Cities where I live. But kudos to you guys. I mean, I wish I could do that. I think it's amazing, and I'm impressed completely.
No, we have walkers.
Well,
so in the distance
my loop
run,
is out. That was my loophole here.
No, that's not a loop. That's not a get out of jail free card. Because actually, in our group of Girl Gang, we have walkers. We have a tail walker actually.
What is a tail walker?
So the tail walker finishes last in the Charleston Distance Run, so nobody else has to.
Oh, wow.
So we.
How did you volunteer for that?
Yeah. Sign me up.
It's still 15 miles.
Yeah,
but I can be as far back as I could be.
No, that's not how that works.
As long as I'm last.
No, you have to at least be close to the person that's in front of you.
See, that's what that's called as a family rule right there.
Yeah,
exactly. You don't have the ability.
Seen that in the rule book.
You don't have the ability to change that. All that matters is I'm last. That's all that matters.
There is a course limit. So.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so I'm last, and the course is going to say what?
Well,
are you short? You were short of. You came in too fast of your slow.
Too fast of your slow. What did you just say?
Right.
Too fast
my
of my
ears
slow.
Are bleeding.
Anyway, we welcome every pace. If you walk, we have walkers. We have. Through the Girl Gang, we have this thing. We don't leave anybody behind. So if you come out on a long run, so we usually do them on Sundays, you're not getting left behind. Somebody is going to be there with you. So, people say, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to slow anybody down. That's just what we do. It's a community,
So you're helping people get involved in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Because people
and the camaraderie of it. I mean, it's got to be just nice just to see that, get together with your friends and get some fresh air and
it's
talk
a really
and
cool
chat.
group. Yeah. And I mean, we have new people joining. We have people when they come into town, they're looking for a group to run with. And so they'll come out and run with us on Sundays.
Because they have their own group when they're in their own hometown that they're in. So they just find yours when they're out.
So we have a lot of tourists that come and run with us. And there's a tail walker for the Charleston Distance Run. And there's always a tail walker, which is actually, I think, where we got the idea for Park Run. So for people who come out on Saturday, I promise you will not be last.
Except in the case
she did actually
Carl
look
Laing.
up at me. I thought we were going to become friends, but it looks like she's leaning towards you, sis.
We've been together doing this for a long time.
Well, I'm really super proud of both of you all for the simple fact that not beyond the pass, beyond the running, just the whole concept of all of the things that it's still like reaching out to people to get them part of something. I think that is critical today for you got people who don't know what to do and they don't want to do anything without somebody. And running sometimes can be that thing that you all are using to bring them in. And I think that's something that's really pretty special.
Especially with today's social and political climate, this is something that is so needed. Is group, community, partnerships, being able to get together and just take a break from everything.
Absolutely.
I think we all need that.
We do.
There are so many people at home who may not really have a group of friends. I mean,
Right.
people who have friends are really fortunate, right? And just for a number of reasons. Sometimes we lose track of people. We're in a new city, or whatever, and people are looking for connection.
Sure.
And so this is a great way. And again, you don't have to be fast. You don't even have to run. It's just a great group of people. After Park Run, we meet at Mia Cuppa on Bigley Avenue.
No, I can meet there.
That's easy for you. That's easy.
That I can do.
Yeah, we can schedule a time. We can meet y'all there.
But lots of opportunities just to, be with people, to meet people.
Yeah.
To get active, to get healthy, and I mean it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Sounds like it.
All right. Well, we're gonna let you. We don't have much time left, but we're gonna let you two go for. Since you've given us enough information, enough for me to know that I don't want to run with either one of you all. But hopefully,
He's terrible.
But hopefully, it'll inspire a whole lot of other people who are looking for something to do. So I do appreciate you both coming. Thank you.
We appreciate you having us.
All right.
Thank you.
Switching conversations drastically.
Yes.
All right. Let me just. I'm going to start this way, Lisa, with
Okay.
you. All right.
Okay.
So typically, when camp starts and everybody's in camp, your first scrimmage is usually something along the lines against the backups.
Sure.
You don't go against your first team guys.
Okay.
And so my assumption is Shedeur, who I think played extremely well, and
He did.
And the question that I have with that is, was that against the first team? I'm going to assume if he started, then he probably faced the first team, because the first team will be the first group will be out there. They could be out there for a couple of series. They could be out there for a quarter, maybe half, and then they're pretty much done. But it appears, though, that he can play at this level if all things are equal and he's playing against the top-rated guy.
Right. And that remains to be seen, because I'm not sure. I couldn't.
Right.
I can give you his numbers. He had a strong showing,
Yes.
and this was against the Carolina Panthers. He was 14 for 23, passing for 138 yards. He had 2 TD passes and 19 yards rushing on 4 attempts, which is not horrible
Right.
for his first time out there in an NFL atmosphere. But I think time will tell. Their second preseason game, it is scrimmage in a way, right?
Yep.
Their second season game preseason is going to be against the Eagles. So I'm thinking, if he can repeat this performance, because I'm thinking the Cleveland staff probably like what they saw, and he's going to get a shot against the Philadelphia Eagles in that game. If he can continue this type of performance, then they've got some quarterback controversy in Cleveland.
I think so. But here's what is intriguing to me. If you're competing against somebody's second team,
right?
Rookies, basically, that's not really the first team. That's not really what you're going to see. Now, I'm not going to make I'm not really trying to make the case that he can't play up to that level. What I don't know is who he's actually playing against. And no matter how long this goes, until you get to the realization of, can he handle the pressure? Can he get hit? And because he can avoid it, he can avoid the hits, which is great. What if he gets hit? Has he been hit yet?
And that's something I was going to bring up in my next piece of this conversation. But it's not so much, I think, what the coaching staff, it's not so much the numbers. The numbers are good, right? The numbers are impressive. I think it's what the staff saw of his performance on the field past the numbers.
Leadership and stuff.
They liked that he was decisive. That was something that he was doing well with. He threw the ball accurately and
Yes,
well.
he did really well.
They did state, and this was just what the staff said, and this is something I want you to kind of explain in layman's terms to me, but they said he needs to handle pressure, which you just brought that up. The other thing they mentioned was something about cleaning up his pocket presence. Explain that like in layman's terms.
As a defensive player, I'll describe what I assume that's what they're saying.
Okay.
When you're in the pocket, there's a calmness that you have to have because there's people coming from the right, from the left, up the middle. Your presence, if you panic and you're moving around, you're jerking around, kind of trying to find a place to go, and then you still throw the ball and you throw it great, that's good. But you got to be able to stay in the pocket so that the route itself can develop.
Okay.
And you can still stay in the pocket.
So you have to be able to see the whole field is what you're saying and not freak out.
And not leave the pocket just because you feel some pressure.
Right.
Most quarterbacks today, when you start talking about that running quarterback, that running quarterback still has to have the ability to be able to be in the pocket.
Okay.
Figure out what the defense is, figure out where I should throw the ball before I have to move. Now, obviously, if there's a blitz and somebody's coming right up the middle, you got to move right away.
Right.
I think what they're trying to get him to do is to maybe stay just in the pocket, read it just a tad bit longer, and see and anticipate where the opening is going to be.
So for you, which would be your more wanted quality in your quarterback on the field? Would it be the decision making and the being able to throw the ball accurately, or is it more of the pocket presence and pressure handling? I have to have all of it.
I think you have to have all of it, but if I had to pick one, I would probably have pocket to be able to handle being in the pocket presence.
Okay.
Because when you run, you're just running as an athlete. Now that can show up, but at some point in time, being a quarterback, you have to be able to be in the pocket.
Right.
Find a receiver, throw the ball, him catch it, and you have to be able to do that. You can't just run.
So he's not in the zone yet, as Dante would say.
No, I don't think he's.
And he's young.
And he's young.
And he's a rookie, so he shouldn't be in the zone, really.
And
it takes time.
And he understands his athleticism and his ability to run. And he can, and I'm not taking away from his ability to throw, because he can throw the ball.
Yeah.
But what he can trust all the time is his ability to run the ball, to get out of the pocket and go. You've got to stay in that pocket. You got to find a way to stay in that pocket.
Sure. And
find that guy that is open, because you're just a running back if you're going to keep running.
Yeah. Well, it's something I wanted to bring. I mean, he's been the talk, of course, dominated all of the shows on ESPN because of the controversy with the draft and his dad being Dion. So, but, there were 13 quarterbacks were drafted in April. 11 of them have suited up for their respective teams during the preseason, which I thought was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, because that doesn't always happen with your rookie quarterbacks, does it?
No, it doesn't. And what I'm thinking has happened, and I can't confirm this, you might have looked this up, most of these guys who were drafted in the first round are probably guys that they are hoping or expecting to be their starter
this year,
or compete.
Okay.
Because even if I can compete against you, I'm making you better. So can I compete against you?
Isn't that early expectation of a rookie to expect them to go out? I mean, I've always had the perception, I guess, of the draft is you usually have a quarterback that you have a lot of confidence in, but kind of like an Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love situation where you know that the end is near. Father Time is going to be victorious in the end, and so you're planning for future endeavors. Are these teams that desperate with their present quarterbacks?
I think what they're seeing is a potential quarterback that they can do a lot with. And I can't pass that up. Because
out of the gate?
Well, I might be the quarterback now. And let's say I'm 7 years in. and I'm good enough to start. I'm good enough to lead us to the playoffs, but we haven't gotten past that. And there's a quarterback in the draft that's pretty good, and we've got an opportunity to get him. I can't wait to the second round. He's going to be gone.
Yeah.
So I've got to get him first round. So now I'm getting him first round, and now I feel like I'm in a situation where if my returning quarterback is solid, he can get a year under his belt of watching, getting some experience. Then that second year, now we got some true competition. But you could also have that competition in the very first year.
Okay.
Because Cleveland has it. They do have a starting quarterback.
Well, it's Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
And he was pretty secure. But now, since Shedeur.
Now you're looking.
And if he repeats this performance, if they go in against the Eagles and he can do this or even better than what he did, you're going to have some talk.
But here's the question.
More talk, I should say.
Who's getting the most play? Shedeur. I'm thinking Shedeur's getting the most play. Why? Because we already know what he can do. We already know what Flacco can do.
And it's preseason, and you don't want to get your starter.
And we don't want to get him. Don't want to get him hurt.
They need to be wrapped, in bubble wrap at this point.
So,
the way some of them have been hurt. Some of the players in the preseason games, but I just find it. I don't know. To me, that seemed like a high number for the 13 drafted. That 11 have already had a chance to get out there and play.
Most teams are going to put the rookies out in the first preseason game.
Okay.
They're going to put them out, just as many as they possibly can.
Okay. Just so they can get their skills and make some decisions about their future.
We don't want our starting quarterback to play in the first preseason game.
I'm going to throw something out here at you guys.
Please do.
Aaron Rodgers, 41 years old. Kirk Cousins, 36 years old. Matthew Stafford, 36 years old. Russell Wilson, 36 years old. Geno Smith, 34 years old. A lot of these guys, if they haven't retired recently, they're getting ready to.
They're right there.
Right.
This is rookie season every year for the next few years in the NFL.
And if you're that quarterback that's in the draft, you're happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because here's the other thing. I would love 1 year to learn from one of those names.
Yeah,
I'd like to watch them, even if they're at the end of the rope. They're mentally gonna show you something. They're going to show you how to make this drastic decision in the heat of the pocket. That's something that you can't really coach. I would love, and I had the opportunity as a defensive back to see a guy who had played at LSU, who had been starting with the Vikings for tons of years. I got a chance to see him for a couple of years and see how he operated, how he handled himself. And I mocked that.
Right.
Because, I'm thinking, this is what this is what a starting corner looks like.
Right.
I need to mimic that.
So there's some kind of change that's happened, I feel like, in the last 10 or 15 years, too, because it's not like it used to be where Aaron Rodgers comes after Brett Favre or Tom Brady comes after Drew Bledsoe. They were kind of in the wings waiting for a few years.
Absolutely.
That doesn't seem to be the case anymore.
No.
And I think
especially Cleveland.
And I think I think that's a bad thing.
Cleveland being Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a bad thing because I really truly have to say that seeing somebody, watching somebody, mimicking what they're doing a little bit and taking some of mine into it, I think is truly important at that level. Because playing college ball is not playing pro ball. So what you learned in college is not what you're going to necessarily see in the pro.
It's obviously it's a whole different.
It's a whole different animal.
Right.
Well, don't you think it maybe also has something to do? It maybe contributes to longevity there too. When we spend 2 or 3 years watching the number one guy, when you're maybe the number two guy that gets to come in later in the game, or when somebody needs a blow for a play or two. You're not playing every single down as soon as you're drafted your first, second year. You got a little bit of time to kind of get used to it, get used to that level of play. And I would have to think that would make you have potentially a longer career with, notwithstanding any injuries or anything like that.
Here's the problem, though. When you come in, okay, I'm a guy who's a 7th round pick, right? I want to play now.
Well, sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And you want a chance to show that you belong.
Yes.
That you belong on that field.
So imagine coming as a second rounder or a first rounder. You're not thinking you're sitting.
Yeah.
You know, and they're paying me all that kind of money. I'm making, because here's the thing, I could be making more than you, Lisa, because I came in this year. You're at the end of your contract. I'm making more than you. That makes me think anyway that I'm already better than you. You're paying me more than what they're paying you.
Yeah, that's in your head.
I should be playing. Yeah, that's in your head.
Well, and I'm going to just really quick just switch lanes here. We're still talking preseason football, but, you know, the past week, and we've talked about this in the thread, Carl, the injuries.
Yes.
The severity of the injuries. I mean, you know, you had that Ravens cornerback, I think it was, you know, taken off the field in an air cast. For me, I think it's for the players, you know, it can be, for the unlucky ones, it's a devastating ending to their career or to their year, possibly their career, before, you know, the fans even know who they are.
Right.
Like what you're saying, they're out there fighting for their livelihood in these preseason games, and they're going to hurt. They're going to hit people hard. And I don't know. I don't want to say they have the intention of hurting people, but they definitely have the intention of making a name for themselves.
Right. Right.
And that's a dangerous situation to me.
I mean, think about it. You're a first round draft pick, which I was not, and you go in with the expectation of playing. You're going to do any and everything that you possibly can to show that you belong in there.
Which can be over the top.
Which could be over the top. It definitely can be over the top.
Unsafe.
Yes.
Okay.
You're risking everything.
Okay, that's
because you're
that's kind of my point I'm making.
You're that physical guy and coming in, and you're going to try to make a stance so that you're starting.
So do we need this many preseason games then, if that's the case? Do we really?
But it can happen in practice.
Well, it sure can happen in practice.
It can happen in practice. Because you got scrimmages in practice.
But the likelihood when they know the camera's on and the fans are watching and they're making a name for themselves, you know, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. Accidents happen and players get hurt. But I do feel the atmosphere at a preseason game is more conducive to people, especially you've got brand new kids out of college that they really don't understand the game yet. They're out there, you know, feeling their way, and you've got some veteran players out there probably that have been on the roster trying to stay on the roster,
right,
and they're making a name for themselves. It can be a recipe for disaster.
It can be, but I think that just comes with football. I think it comes with football at any level.
Yeah.
You know, and it comes in. I think it's rooted in every sport with the idea of the new guy coming in wanting to play.
Sure, I get
giving
that.
you everything. Now, football's a little bit way more physical than any of the other sports. We can make that case. And what you have to do to impress, like for me to have to impress the defensive coordinator and the head coach and my DB coach, I got to be able to cover and I got to be able to hit somebody.
Is it preseason 4 or 3, Matt?
It used to be 4.
I think are we down to 2 now, I think.
I think you're right.
I think it's just 2, yeah.
Just 2?
Yeah, well, because they added that 17th game, and now I think we're just down to 2.
You're right,
well,
you're right. Well, then 2.
What did you do?
Well,
what did you really do in that swap?
Well, here's the numbers part of it, though, too. If you think about, like, the NBA, you got, maybe 12 guys on your roster, 11, 12. Even Major League Baseball, I mean, you're only, like, around 30 or so. You've got a 56-man roster, I think, for the NFL. You got a lot of guys you got to figure out what can they do, and some of that you're not going to be able to figure out in practice.
Right.
So they keep cutting back this preseason, but I mean, is it really? Is it doing them any good or not?
Well, think about it this way. This might be bad, but this is how I look at it. If I've already given you $700 million, 5 of it's guaranteed, and I'm bringing Lisa in, and she plays the same position as you, I already know where you're going to be.
Yeah, sure, that's true.
That's true. Unless I pay her more than you.
Yeah.
If I pay her more than you, then I know where she's going to be. You don't have to worry about getting hurt. You'll be over here on the side.
Yeah. Protect your assets.
Yes.
Yep.
I think where they are now they are trying to protect those guys who are making that money. as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it goes back to our esteemed guest last week, Sterling. You know, when I posed the same question to him, you know, what do you think of preseason? And he basically answered, and this isn't exact words, maybe it is, I don't know, but can't remember. But he did say, if you don't think every single move that this league makes is not related or about money, then you're sadly, you know, you're misguided. It's all about money. It's not about anything else but money.
It's true.
It's true, and it's shameful because the money is already so good.
Yeah.
Why are you worried about that much more? It's just a shame, you know. But hey, that's the game I played, and we all love.
So Carl's late for a marathon. He's going to get out of here.
Yeah, right.
Make his marathon time.
There is no chance on that one. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you listening, and we will be back again next week.
Let's Talk with Carl Lee is presented by attorney Frank Walker and the all-new historic Quarrier Diner. Comment on episodes, ask the crew questions, or suggest topics on our Facebook page. Search for Let's Talk with Carl Lee, and remember to like the page to become part of the conversation. Subscribe by searching Let's Talk with Carl Lee on your favorite podcast service, and tune in Thursday evenings at 7 or Sunday nights at 8 for Let's Talk with Carl Lee.